It's my honor to introduce Mr. Sean Ferrell.
Thank you. It's very exciting for me to be back at Nazareth and see all the changes to the campus, especially this building, the beautiful art gallery upstairs, the new entrance to this building, the changes to the theater upstairs. It's really a testament to Nazareth and its vibrancy, and it had that vibrancy when I was here. It's what I remember most. But I'm very pleased to have been invited back. I was very excited at Nazareth's response to finding out about the novel. I just try to, every day, get at least that 45 minutes to an hour in whatever way. If I don't get it on the train, I try and get it in later in the day. But I, every day, sit down to write. Even if I don't know what I'm going to write, I sit down and something will come out, even if it's just trash. There's words in you every day, so I just make sure they're down. How long did Numb take? It's hard to say because I didn't write consistently at that point. I hadn't yet developed the practice the way that I have now. So I would work on it intently for brief periods, and then I would put it away for periods. And I think all told it was about 2 years, but it was 2 years spread out over about 5. When I finally buckled down and realized, okay, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to write something, I have to write every day. I have to do this thing, and then the practice changed and became much more consistent. So now I can tell you exactly how long a novel took because I've worked on it every day, and I started on this date and I finished it on that date, and so I know. But with Numb, it's I think it feels like about 2 years, which is about normal for me. And working with an editor is such a critical part of the process for me. I'm not standing here with words that I wrote by myself in a void and then have put out for the world to view. There's a team of people who have given me feedback and valuable insight into what the novel is about, what I'm doing. I was very lucky to be paired with an editor at my publisher who saw the same book I did and worked very, very well together to make the novel as strong as I could. It's a long, slow, it was about a year of after I handed in the book and they said, okay, great, this is it. And it was about a year before it actually was on the shelves, and that was all according to plan. I still really love the ability to have an idea that comes out with a very concise and easily consumed size. So I do still do short stories, and I view them almost more like palate cleansers. When I work on a novel, the voice is so beaten into you by the time you're done. You're thinking a certain way. You're thinking in the form of that novel. And I find that doing a few short stories after working on a novel is a good way to push the boundaries back a little bit and to break out of that voice that you've been working in for such a long period. I am not a grammarian. My mother cries when I say that. I never met a comma I didn't like, and for me, the comma is the magical get-out-of-jail-free card. You can do anything with a comma, right? So it's just throw some commas in there. I have a full-time job. I work 9 to 5 at a philanthropic organization, and hence my writing on my commute. That's why I'm on the train. So I'm going from Brooklyn to Manhattan, and I work in Midtown Manhattan, and at 5 o'clock punch out and head home and hopefully get some more writing on the way home. I feel like when you have as many voices that are out there right now, it doesn't do a disservice to readers. It provides a lot more opportunities for readers. And the self-correction comes in with the word of mouth, which has always been what sells books. So the fact that there's a lot of voices out there, I think, is a great thing. And sometimes those people who are putting out that novel and it's not very good, maybe it's their first novel, but the fact that maybe they get a few people to read it, they sell a few copies, encourages them, and they keep working at it, and they hone the craft, and maybe they get better. It's not like making cabinets where you can finish a cabinet and then look at it and say, okay, now is it a cabinet? Yes or no. It's different than that, and it's very hard for me to say, well, this novel is a novel. and what you've done doesn't live up to that standard. Who am I to make that claim? This has been great. Thank you so much.